Velcro dog is still with me. It's hard to get rid of her. I used to call her girlfriend dog because she reminded me of a girl I was dating when I was in high school. I could not do anything that she wasn't there. She was worse than a stalker. A whole lot worse than a stalker, but better looking usually. But for a long time I called this little dog girlfriend dog because she reminded me so much of that creature that I was in high school with that I couldn't get away from. This dog was dumped out here. She is chipped, and she was driven a long way from the dog rescue place to be dumped, and I have not had the disposable income to get rid of her. All right, let's talk about something that y'all might need to know. Look how inviting this is. You can't see the chiggers and the ticks and all the other little creepy crawly things like fire ants that are all in there. But what you may not know is, since this is in an area which is called subtropical, it's not a tropical forest, but it's a subtropical forest, the humidity out here is very high. In the summertime, when the wind is stopped by all these trees, the temperature inside there is greatly exaggerated. You not only have the heat index factor based off of the humidity, but you also have a slight increase in temperature because of the fact that there's absolutely no wind whatsoever moving in there. The movies you see where people are in a forest and there's wind blowing, that's not typical in a forest like this. All right, so I'm going to shut this down and we'll drive, well, I'm walking. We'll walk up a little bit further and see what we have going. This is an area that had a thinning cut, 6 to 10 months ago, maybe something like that. If we look over here, this area is about as clear. The difference is this is a managed forest where periodically invasive trees are removed and the hardwoods like your oaks and your pines are allowed to grow to produce timber. As you can see, this area over here is incredibly clean, but it's got a lot of invasive stuff coming in now. A lot of these vines and other stuff like that. It's also got a few dead trees. You'll notice this one right here. And then there's a couple more back in here and there. All of these trees are, generally speaking, not big enough for lumber. There might be one or two back there you could get some boards out of, but this is essentially pulp wood in here going to make newspapers, magazines, printer paper and such. It takes about 15 years for a tree to reach maturity to become pulpwood. It doesn't take all that much longer for the trees to become lumber. I got to get Julie off the road. It's one of the tree cutters coming by. And Velcro dog is still with me. Managed properties will frequently have roads cut in it like this, and this serves two purposes. One, the person managing the property can get in and do the work that's necessary. The other thing, which is far more important, is the fire department has accesses in order to fight fires. One of the big problems with properties similar to this is that frequently the fire department cannot get in there and fight a fire. When those things happen, calls go out and they ask for 4x4s, gators, anything that has access where they can get in and carry the equipment to fight the fire. I want to show you something which you may have already seen. See how this tree is fallen over and it's laying in that other one? The tree that's fallen over may go ahead and live its entire life out in that angle. The other tree that it's fallen into is bent over, and that's unacceptable for anything except pulpwood. Also, if you look, there are some pretty substantial trees back there that at first glance look dead, but they're not. It's just the way they look. So let's go up here and see what we can see on the thinning cuts.